Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be mid-June messages for the sign of Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you guys doing? I hope that you're doing well. All right, friends, we have made it to the midway point of 2020. Today is actually the summer solstice, so happy summer solstice to those that celebrate or give a damn about it. And it's a significant one, right? We've got a solar eclipse happening today, first day of Cancer season, so it's pretty impactful astrologically speaking, because we're also in a Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde. I think Venus is still in retrograde, as well as Jupiter, right? So a lot of things are going on up in the sky above us, and I think it's very apparent that it's reflective down here on Earth. But in any case, Libra, I hope that you're well. We're still dealing here in the States and across the globe in several places with a pandemic, so please be safe, please be healthy, take all the precautions that you need to keep yourself in a good spot, as well as your friends and your family and people that you know and love, right? Also, I'm mentioning it in all my videos because it's significant to our time in history, it's significant to many of our experiences, and I just like to include bits of transparency and authenticity in my work here on YouTube and in private with people. So I am clearly stating that I am someone who supports Black Lives Matter. As a Black American, it's not automatic that I would support it, so it's not even based on that. It is based on my personal beliefs and convictions in equality and equity amongst people. I believe that all social injustices, all racial injustices affect everyone, and in the interest of becoming more collective and becoming more inclusive for everyone, you have to point out disparities, and you have to highlight issues that are problematic and destructive in order to move towards things that are less destructive and are actually progressive and inclusive, okay? If you're wondering why I'm choosing to do this, it's because, again, personally, in my own personal belief, in my own personal development, I champion transparency and authenticity and creating spaces for that. And I want to include that also with my business practices, because this is my business. And so I want people to know who they're dealing with. And it's not like in a way of, well, if you don't agree with me, then you should leave. You can disagree with me and stick around and be a supporter of my channel. You can be someone who agrees with me, but you don't support my channel. Whatever your reaction is to what I'm saying right now is your reaction. And it doesn't really affect me in any way. But I do, again, want to be transparent with the people that I speak to, because that's something I've worked on for several years now, is becoming more transparent, being more honest and truthful and forthright with what I believe and what I stand for, okay? It's a personal journey as well as a very public journey as well. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, okay? So let's go on with the regular spiel, shall we? Why was I about to call you Taurus? Some of you might be dealing with a Taurus. Anyway, Libra. This is going to be a general mid-month message for you, but I am doing it in a style that mimics how I do my personal readings. Even though it's mimicking the style, again, it is still a general, so please take what only resonates with you, leave what doesn't. Always take everything with a grain of salt and use your own discernment and interpretation upon what I've said. And again, if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally okay. It's very normal, because again, this is a general reading. Everything you want is in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it's down there. If you want to get a personal reading with me, that information is down there. When it comes to ordering a personal message, if you don't understand or if you have a question to clarify with me, just email me at the same address and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And also down there, you will see the link to my Instagram if you're interested in following me on that platform. As it stands now, I'm doing interpretation of oracle cards a couple times throughout the week. Eventually, hopefully, I'm going to put some pick a card stuff up there just to, kind of change up the energy and give you guys something else to look at, okay? Anything else? I did make a promise, and I'm going to fulfill that promise, that in the month of June, I will go live for the collective here on the channel. Yeah, I keep a tight schedule, so I don't know when it will happen, but it will happen before the month of June. So if you're interested in catching me for that, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you turn on notifications, okay? All right, let's get into it. I want to see general mid-month messages, energies, and insights for Libra, please. Messages, energies, and insights for Libra in mid-June. Please show me. Ooh, one? It might be one. One bridge? We'll see. Yes, one. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. For Libra, please. I really wish I had chicken salad. I want chicken salad. It's lunchtime where I am, so I'm like dreaming of what I'm gonna have for my lunch. And it's not chicken salad, but that's exactly what I want. One. For Libra, please. Tight-lipped? Ooh, that's a lot. Hold on. That's more than one, so let's take the top, they say. All right. And it was Judgment. I know that. And I just turned over the Devil card, so some of you might be also dealing with a Capricorn. Let's see if there's anything else. 2 or 3, 4. I don't know why I put it face down. We know it's the Judgment card. There you go. Anything else for Libra? Ooh, they want 3. Okay. One more for Libra. Please show me. Okay. There it is. And the Hierophant. I did say I was calling you, in my mind, I wanted to call you Taurus. And there they are. Hierophant. So your first card out was Father of Swords. So air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Judgment, and the Hierophant. Okay. So there you are, or part of your energy, Father of Swords, air sign energy. You don't have to be dealing with a father. Father is also akin to a King of Swords. So if you're used to those traditional names, that's what this is. Wow, this is serious. This is a serious discussion. This is serious communication. Look at the eyes of this owl. Look how like intent that owl is. How like he's like staring into your soul, Libra. He's staring directly into the situation at hand. And the sword that he's clutching, that he's perched on, is all lit up in this rainbow color. So some of you are having colorful conversations with people, very passionate conversations with people. And that's interesting that I'm using the word passionate, because the King of Swords or the Father of Swords isn't known to be quote unquote passionate, but it's fervored. I feel a lot of energy in the words that are being said. Words are being chosen deliberately. Okay, so let's not shy away from that. The Father of Swords is not a character that doesn't know what they're saying. They know exactly what they're saying. Okay, this is you, this is someone else. I don't know. I'm not sure who it is, or it could go either way because it is a general. But someone is using their words purposefully using their words to get something, or to communicate something, or to affect a situation in one way or another. Okay, this is very pointed energy. It feels, if I'm honest, it feels a little combative. It doesn't feel nice in some cases, but it is. I hate that phrase. I almost said a phrase I hate. Anyway, it is very much on its face exactly what it seems. So, what do I mean? If someone is using colorful language towards you, if someone is cursing you out, if someone is calling you all kinds of names, and then they were to dare come back and say, I didn't mean what I said, that's a lie. That's a lie. They meant what they said. If someone is degrading you, treating you with language that is debase, they mean it. The Father of Swords doesn't say anything they don't mean. They purposely choose words in order to convey a message. If that message is loving, then that's exactly what they meant. If that message is vengeful or like I said, debase or out and out hateful, that's what they meant. And if they come back and apologize, that is not what they mean. That's a cover up. So basically, this is an energy of when someone shows you who they are, believe them. When someone expresses a way about them or expresses an idea or a conviction about them, believe them. This is not somebody who is mincing words. This is not somebody who is choosing their words in a manipulative way. No. They're choosing their words in a way to be authentic, to be, whether they know it or not, thank you. This person is authentically being themselves. So again, if someone is in an argument revealing to you that they don't like you, or they don't like something that you're doing, or they don't approve of something that you've said or something that you've done, and they criticize you, right? If someone is being critical of you, believe them. Oh, I'm telling you this for your own good. No, no, no. They're telling you that because that's what they believe. I'm feeling like a projective energy, like someone is projective or projecting. Meaning, if someone says to you, Libra, or you, them, again, it could go vice versa, so take it with a grain of salt. But if someone says to you, I think you're like really just like not a very good person. In some cases, they're projecting. That old Psych 101, label. I don't think you're a good person. Okay, so you don't think you're a good person. I think you're quite ignorant. Okay, so you think you're ignorant. This person, whoever I'm talking about, you or someone else, I don't know who just yet, and it's not clear. So that's definitely signaling to this is going to be more than ever, or not more than ever, but definitely a mixed bag of some Libras you're experiencing this, and some Libras this is how you are behaving towards others. This person is deliberately saying words, deliberately choosing certain words in a conversation to convey a truth about themselves or about what they feel or think about you. It goes both ways, right? So in some cases, it's a projection. You're an awful mother. Okay, so this person thinks they're an awful parent or an awful whatever, right? I've never lied a moment in my life. They are a liar. They're telling on themselves, this person. By calling you out or calling out someone else, some cases, they are telling on themselves. Okay? In other cases, like I said, they're saying things that might not be so nice. And if they are nice, then they mean it, okay? I'm basically sensing that someone is being so truthful, so forthright, that there's no way that they're lying. There's no way that they are manipulating the situation. They're either telling on themselves or they're being authentically truthful. I hope you get, it's different for all of you, so you should know what I'm talking about, or you should know who I'm talking about, right? And the intention, subconscious or consciously, the intention is to show, or maybe it's not the intention, but the effect or the outcome, let's say, is that this person is, for lack of a better phrase, showing all their cards, for good or for bad. So if you were playing poker and you were wondering, is this person bluffing? You will find out, yes, they are bluffing. If you're playing poker with this person, you're like, I think they do have a royal flush. They do. It's going to go either way. You're going to see firsthand, Libra, that it's kind of interesting. This person is telling on themselves, I'm a truthful person. Yes, I'm a truthful person. Oh God, it's actually now becoming a little confusing, because on one hand, I feel like some of you are dealing with someone who is a straight shooter. When they compliment you, they're not trying to blow smoke. They're really complimenting you. They really think you're a fabulous person, or they really think the world of XYZ, or they're really happy about whatever, right? In other cases, they're projecting. So if they're saying negative things, it's a reflection of themselves. In the same boat, or in a very similar boat, if they're saying negative things, they mean it. So if they come back and apologize, no, don't believe that. Believe them when they said, I think you're a piece of shit. No, I didn't mean that. I was out of line. I was out of pocket. I apologize. No. No, you're trying to backtrack. So basically, take them at their word. I've got a royal flush. In some of your cases, believe them. I've got a royal flush. That's not the best analogy, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Like, some of you are dealing with people that are absolutely being authentic and straight up with you. Others, they're projecting, and others are saying what they mean, and then they're going to come back and say, I didn't mean that. Don't believe that. They meant what they said when they said it, okay? See? Like, why can't I get this straight? Why is this, going, all different ways in my head? Judgment. Secondary major for Scorpio, sometimes associated with Aries as well, but I primarily associate this with Scorpio. Um, yeah, you're having a moment of evaluation, you know? Libra, I'm sensing that this person to you, they could be a relative in terms of, in the terminology of father, they could be a parent, male or female. They don't have to be, your mother could be represented by this father of swords. Um, so this person is significant to you, clearly. And that could be why you're struggling to understand or make a clear judgment call on what's going on between you in terms of your communication, right? One second, I feel heavy congestion in my... Okay, Libra, I apologize about that. Man, I've got to change my diet. Anyway, judgment. So I feel like you guys are having a hard time making judgment calls on this person, on this situation between you, because they have some type of importance in your life. As a father of swords, they're significant in terms of family relations or friendship or what have you. And, the father, aka the king of swords or any king, they're masters. They're at the top of their game, so to speak. Meaning they don't get there because they just show up there overnight. Like there is significance in this relationship. You have built something together. If this is a partner, if this is a friend or a family member, it's not like you just met them yesterday. You've known them for years, right? And what you've built together in terms of memories, in terms of business, in terms of a family dynamic or family structure, it's kind of like, I can't just throw it away. And I'm not here to say throw it away, throw it away. That's not the purpose, or that's not what I'm feeling at all. What I'm feeling is you're having a hard time, maybe in some of your cases, accepting that this person is being complimentary, right? That could be a turn. Maybe you guys have had contention in the past, and now this person is being, more forthright with you, and they're being supportive of you, and that's like not what you're used to with this person. In other cases, you might be holding on to things. This is like varied, and I'm gonna lean on your archetype, Libra, of being a sign of duality, in that sometimes it's hard for the signs of duality, Libra, Gemini, Pisces, sometimes Virgo as well, I feel, where it's hard for you to make a black and white decision, or a decision between, maybe not a decision. How can I say this? It's like fluctuating between absolutes. Let's say it that way. So you can't see this person for all good and negate the bad, or you can't see all the bad and negate the good. Does that make sense? So as is your way, Libra, you're one of your aspects is to be a sign of diplomacy, right? So as much as you could see that in a particular situation, this person has been good to you, and they've treated you well, and they're at this moment possibly being very complimentary to you, and being very supportive of you. Maybe a few years ago, or even recently, maybe a week or so ago, this person was kind of shitting on you and treating you like crap. Or when they're in a different mood, they might present themselves differently to you. Does that make sense? So, and the opposite could be true. This person could, for the most part, treat you very well, but recently they've been treating you poorly, and you're like, where's this coming from? So your judgment is a little off, it feels like, or you're not able to clearly make a judgment call on this person, on what's going on between you, right? It's not all good, it's not all bad. But at the moment, I feel implored to tell you to take this person at face value. Meaning, if they are trying to turn over a new leaf, if they're trying to err on the side of quote unquote what's good, I would go with that. If they're projecting, that's a little possibly hard to discern, or Dare I say, if this person is showing you narcissistic tendencies, believe that, okay? If they're gaslighting you, if you're Googling what gaslighting is, maybe you don't know, and you're like, I keep hearing this word narcissist thrown around. What does it mean? And you do a little research, and this whole time you didn't know that you were living with or dealing with or interacting with a narcissist, believe that. And in other cases, if they're just being a total jackass, take it. They're being a jackass. And that is, I think, yes, that's why. That's what's going on here. I was like, why is this happening? So with judgment, we're talking about something possibly being brought back to life or being revitalized, being resurrected, right? So again, because of that long-standing history with this person, you've known them a good portion of your life, if not your entire life. And so it's not easy to walk away from or dismiss or to say this person is no longer welcome here, or I should just stop dealing with them, or they should leave me alone, or the opposite. They've been terrible to me like the majority of my life or the majority of the time that I've known them. And now that they're turning over this new leaf, am I supposed to just run into their arms and say, I forgive you and everything's all peachy keen? What about all that shit that you said to me months ago or did to me months and years ago, right? So both things are true. You're having a hard time truly giving into, truly revitalizing or resurrecting something with this person because of the past or because of how they've been before. And, again, I do get the sense of they're being honest, even if they're being dishonest. I hope that makes sense. So I suppose you have to trust your instincts here. You might have to really trust your guidance here and possibly ask, okay, there it goes. Possibly ask your guides or whatever you believe in or don't believe in to help you here, right? Because this person is significant. They are very important to you. I feel you have some type of affinity for them. Like, again, this is not somebody you just met. This is not somebody like who you're associated with. This is like a very close friend, a very close relative. This is your spouse or your lover, whatever. And you're kind of mystified or confused about what you're perceiving. Can I believe what they're showing me? And you're in this spot of not knowing what to do. And so the Hierophant, Major Arcana, again for Taurus, if you're dealing with Taurus, it might track. If not, that's okay. Is really, to me, speaking to your need for higher guidance. Now, the Hierophant isn't, for me, traditionally talking about higher guidance, but it is talking about some type of guidance here on Earth. Meaning, it speaks to bodies of power or people in positions of power and influence that we seek for, like I said, guidance or some type of insight, yeah? So this could be, in terms of traditional depictions of the Hierophant card, this could be a priest or some person in the religious field that is a leader, a pastor, a rabbi, if it's less traditional, a guru, okay? In other instances, we could talk about political leaders, public figures, things like that. So you could be looking up people on Instagram or social media who are helping you tap into your guides, or you could be looking at people who are life coaches. This could be a therapist. This could be someone in your physical sense, and I say in your physical sense, I think that's where you're looking to to find the answer. Like for some of you, this is a gateway or a first step towards higher enlightenment or higher connectivity with, spirit guides, angels, whatever you believe in or don't believe in. But the start of it is coming through someone that you can see, know, clearly connect with in a 3D sense, right? So this could be, like I said, a pastor. This could be a therapist. This could be a leader in your community or a leader in your company. If this is an issue in your workplace, and you're dealing with someone who used to harass you or used to be like passive aggressive towards you, and now they're like singing your praises, you might go to somebody in HR, or you might go to a manager and say, listen, like, I just want this to be a little bit off the record, but tell me if I'm wrong. Or, you're looking for someone to give you insight into the situation between you and another person. Okay. And that there's like, okay, thank you. I'm like, where's this coming from? this again is like a gateway or a stepping stone for you to go towards or be more open to otherworldly, so to speak, interdimensional guides. Okay, whatever you believe in or don't believe in. If you believe in angels, perfect. If you believe in spirit guides from your ancestors, perfect. If you believe in tapping directly into source, whether that be the universe, Buddha, Jesus, whatever, perfect. The connectivity comes from the lightning bolt, right? So the lightning bolt connects to the key, which then is spouting back up towards the heavens, right? So this person that you're seeking here in the physical world is possibly already connected to some higher source, or is going to encourage you to go that route, or whatever. It's just like a connectivity thing. So you might be seeking help with a counselor or some type of advisor, and something that person says, a book that person recommends to you, they recommend a certain spiritual practice to you, whatever happens that you take into advisement from that person is going to link you to some other truth or some other, I don't want to say solution, but something helpful comes from that person. And I really feel this Hierophant is a person that you know either one-on-one, you see them as a counselor, as a friend, whatever, or you have access to them through social media. Like I said, they're a guru, a public speaker, a life coach, whatever, right? And it all trickles back to how to deal with this Father of Swords character who is not, listen, that person, whoever they are, they're very like, I don't know. I feel like that person is showing you exactly who they are. So maybe at this point, I don't know. I think we're going to have to get some clarity on that person, because these two feel kind of straight with me. I think like you're seeking to get to the root of a situation, and you're not sure whether to embrace the coming back of a person or a situation, whether you should go back towards it, whether you should release it completely. I think like this is what you're working out. But this here, as the reader, this person is throwing me for a loop. They're something. And they don't have to be an air sign. They can be in any sign. They don't have to be a male just because it says father, okay? So please be open-minded about who that is. But let's find out more. Give me some more insight on the Father of Swords. Let's clarify the Father of Swords. Why is this card here? For Libra, please clarify the Father of Swords. Further information and insight. Thank you. Three of Pentacles, a work relationship for some of you. And the 9, is that 9? No, that's 8. Gosh, you would think I would know my Roman numerals by now. And the 8 of Swords. So you're stuck with this person. A lot of you feel. You're stuck with this person. 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. You might work with them literally in your job, in your 9-to-5 gig, or you work with them significantly in some other type of way. In that, again, you might have family ties to them. They might be an old friend of yours. But you have had a history with this person. Look at the size of that mountain. That mountain didn't get there yesterday. That thing has been there for eons, thousands, if not millions of years, okay? So, oh, interesting. For some of you, this could be like a past life connection. And that's why you feel like you're stuck with them. Oh, and that would speak to like, you know, the spiritual overtone that I was feeling with the Judgment and the Hierophant card. Some of you are awakening to or realizing for the first time that this person, you've known them for several lifetimes. Okay. And you're stuck with them. And that's how you feel. Whether or not that's a reality or whether or not you're going to be able to conquer that is up to your individual case. But regardless, this 3 of Pentacles is showing some type of connectivity, right? You and them are connected, and you are connected in practical ways. You're connected in financial ways. You're connected in ways that are very integral or rooted in your 3D everyday experience, right? So you might share a home with this person, meaning they could be your roommate, again, someone that you live with in terms of family or friends. Again, business, you might work together as co-owners of a business or something like that, or you're just co-workers, right? But there's something foundational and structured about your connection. You are physically connected to this person. In some of your cases, you're financially connected to this person, and possibly dependent on them or they're dependent on you. That's very interesting for a Three of Pentacles, to be dependent. Because of the stuck energy of the Eight of Swords. So, boy, Libra. Overall, I don't know what you're supposed to do. Because this Eight of Pentacles... okay, hold on. And I almost called it Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, like I've been saying, is traditionally about stuck energy, feeling like you have no recourse, feeling like you have no other options in this situation. And that might be true for some of you, but I feel that that is more perception than it is a reality. Because what are we looking at? I'm assuming, or at least the way it's striking me, that that's a butterfly dangling from that sword in the sky there. And a butterfly is what? A creature that can fly, a creature that can move, a creature that can or does go through metamorphosis, through some type of change. But as it's depicted here on this card, it's just in one spot. It's dormant. It's paused, or it's hiding, right? Because it's not. Its wings are not open. It's not flayed open. It's contracted into itself. So some of you in this situation, you feel stuck to this person, and in some sense this person or your dynamic is burdensome, and it closes you off, or it causes you to retract into yourself, to contract into yourself, to not have your wings spread and open. Which, if you look at the artwork, is different than what's going on in the Judgment card, right? Judgment card, you see this bird, another creature that flies, and several birds below that have their wings spread, and they're fleeing, or they're going wherever they want to go, right? And the butterfly is tucked away. So some of you are perceiving of this person, of your connection, you're stuck and you have nothing else to do. There are no other options. And that can be good, that can be bad. Or I don't know why I'm even saying that, because I think most of you are viewing it as bad, because maybe, again, you might be dependent on this person and you don't want to be, or they're dependent on you and you wish they weren't. There's something about a tether to this person that is unbreakable or unshakable at this time. But I think you're seeking to understand why that is, or you're seeking to change that. I don't want to be stuck to this person. I don't want to be tethered to them in these ways. How can I get free? I'm going to do you a solid and actually ask for one card based on that. Because energetically speaking, Libra, I think that this person is dynamic in your life. They're somebody who is life-altering to you, or they've shaped a lot of your experience thus far. But if you want to be free of them, which I'm sensing in some sense you do, or you want the binds between you to not be so tight or restrictive, how can you do that? So I'm going to do you a solid and ask that question, because that's what I feel compelled to do. So in seeking to be less bound to this person, what does Libra need to do? How can Libra achieve this? To be less bound to this person, to be less bound to the Father of Swords. What does Libra need to do? One card, please. Okay. Mother of Pentacles. Get your own foundations. I'm sorry. That sounded really flippant, but that's exactly what they threw right into my head. Get your own foundations. Okay. Mother of Pentacles. So, in some cases, this is going to be about a family dynamic, and as we can see, this Mother of Pentacles, aka the Queen of Pentacles, is a mother deer, and she's got her little doe tucked up with her. So in some of your cases, this might talk to family dynamics where you have to step out on your own and become a single parent, which is interesting. I do not advise that flippantly. I don't advise that willy-nilly. I mean, and again, this is just a tarot reading for a general group of people. Please use your own discernment for your specific situations. But I'm getting the sense that some of you might be tied to a partner, or you're in a family situation. It doesn't have to be a husband or a spouse who's on the opposite side. This could be your family. You could already be a single parent, but you live with your parents, or you live with another relative. And this could speak to needing to take you and your kids and live alone, period. If that means walking away from a spouse, again, I'm not going to advise that willy-nilly. But if that's something that you've considered, or if that's something that you're confused or questioning whether it's viable, I feel as though it could be viable. If this is, and it doesn't even have to be about children. I'm only speaking directly to children because look at the damn artwork. Look at it. Okay? So for those where that is factual or a part of your situation, take it with a grain of salt. Now, in other cases, if this is like about business, if this is about some entanglement in your job, this is about being more independent, period. Okay? The Mother of Pentacles provides for self and provides for those that she cares most about. Now, if that means to care for yourself as an individual and putting that as a priority, do that. If that means taking you and your not subordinates, what's that word? Dependents, thank you. Your children or someone else that depends on you and prioritizing those people to the exclusion or the I don't want to say disregard or exclusion. Let me take those out of, what is the word? Just deprioritizing someone else. If that's what you must do, that's what you must do. Is kind of what this feels like. And you might receive sharp criticism or words from this Father of Swords, who might be the person you need to go away from. If not, they're critical of what you're doing. They're critical of you getting out of this feeling of stuckness. Like, no, that's also happening here. This could be just someone who's from the peanut gallery, essentially. Like that Father of Swords might be secondary or tertiary in your situation. This could just be a friend. Like you're having issues at work or you're having issues feeling stuck in some aspect of your life at your job. And this could be a friend who doesn't even work with you. But they have all this advice for you. And you might need to shut them out. Like, I don't need to hear that noise. Or I don't need those criticisms right now. I need to take care of me and mine. Or I need to take care of myself. So how do you do this? Take care of self. Nurture self. That's the other thing about the Mother of Pentacles. She's a nurturer. And I'm saying she only because it's mother. You could be a male. And, you know, and this could be your experience. But this is about nurturing. What am I doing? I'm like, okay. I'm cupping my ear. I don't... listen. Thank you. I've had my this right hand off screen for a minute, and I was cupping my ear. So you might be needing to listen to, again, higher guidance or an advisor. And it all, to me, centrals back towards nurturing. Nurture yourself. Look at yourself. Pentacles, your bottom line. Either your money, your home, your security, your stability, or your health and your wellness. Things that are tangible and have value to you in your 3D life, okay? This is actually a pretty complex reading. There's a lot of different storylines going on here, Libra, but we're going to have to cut it and go to your oracle reading because it's a general. So let's get an oracle message for Libra for mid-June, please. Oracle message for Libra in June, which deck? Ooh, between two decks. All right. One more time, please. See? Thank you. Yes. Okay. Remember I was saying about the Judgment card? Some of you are possibly having a hard time making decisions between one thing or the other, or you're not able to discern what you clearly need to do. I was stuck between two decks for a minute there, and that might literally be happening for some of you. Again, Libra, sign of duality. You often have difficulty or hang-ups when it comes to making choices because you can often see the benefit of both or see the pros and cons of both, and it can be overwhelming. So something like that might be happening. But anyway, postcards from Spirit. Let's go ahead and get an oracle message for Libra, and then we're going to close it out. Oh, Hachi Machi. Where did I get that? That's from a cartoon, I think. Hachi Machi. I don't even know what that means, so apologies if that's an offensive phrase. I have no idea. Oracle card for Libra at this time in mid-June. Last one, thank you. Okay, that wasn't even good. Every time I call the last one, like, I screw up the shuffle. And now I can't get it back. There we go. So we're going to do that again. But I swear, like every time I call last shuffle, I end up screwing it up. So interesting. All right, there we go. All right, oracle message for Libra at this time, please show me. Oh, I really wish I had chicken salad. I really want chicken salad. I should just go to the market and get it. But I don't want to go outside today. Oracle message for Libra at this time, please show me. Oracle message for Libra at this time. There it goes. All right. Dearest you, going the extra mile to achieve your dreams and putting in some overtime will reap big rewards. Now is the time for you to act, to stir up some energy and put those plans into action. There are many windows of opportunity that open, but close quickly when you don't take the risk and go for it. Today, be confident that your hard work will pay off and you'll feel that satisfaction and fulfillment of reaching your desired outcome. It might turn out even better than you expected. Isn't that amazing? Remember, however much work you're willing to put in, we will match it tenfold on our end. Everyone over here is rooting for you to win the game of life. So just do it. Loving you so, so much. All right, so you guys can read that for yourselves. If you want to, go ahead and pause the video, and there is the message. I like that, although I don't see a lot of action here. You've got 2 Pentacles cards. This Father of Swords is someone else. So your point of action in terms of swords is actually a stuck action. So I actually see you're more ruminating than not. So maybe in the next couple of days or weeks or even months, maybe some of you will begin to take these actions like the Oracle card is telling you. But I think what's going on here, sort of the tone of this is like having that confidence, having that faith, having that belief that what you're moving towards, your goals, your opportunities, the changes in your life are actually possible. I think you have to get into a headspace, Libra, of feeling that actual change is possible and that you actually can achieve what you want to, and moving your headspace out of this stuck energy, I think is possibly the first action you need to take, okay? All right, guys, that is your message for mid-June. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. You guys know I love to read comments, so feel free to share. You can also share the video if you want to let other people know you like watching my stuff. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed just yet. Libra, I'll be back soon doing your July messages, so please make sure you're on the lookout for that. Again, I'll go live at some point before the month of June is over. And if you want that personal reading, it is in the description box. That is the best way to support the channel. If you can't or you're not interested in that, feel free to interact with the channel in all the ways that I just listed that YouTube allows, okay? All right, Libra, I will be back soon. Hopefully I will see you in the near future, but thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video today. I really do appreciate it. Take care.